My name is Chris Temple. I'm an independent filmmaker, extreme athlete, and outdoor enthusiast. For 5 years, you've been watching me explore the outdoors with my dog. Now, I'm bringing you with me. New people, new adventures. This is surviving the wild like you've never seen before. Hello, I'm El Director. This is El Director Vision. You're watching Surviving the Wild, Season 2, Episode 2. And guess what? It's another father and son. Where's my father? There he is. Father and son special.
What's happening?
What's happening? Yeah. So where are we, and what's our game plan here?
Well, we're in Montana and we want to go to Hawaii. I don't think it's going to work, but we're going to try.
Okay.
But in the event that we stay in Montana, we're going to go to the Beartooth Mountains
Cool.
via Cook City.
How long are we gonna be out there?
We're going to be out there about 7 nights, 8 days is the plan.
Holy cow.
I know. Can you believe it?
So what do we need to make a trip like that as far as time goes?
Lots of whiskey.
Lots of
whiskey and guns.
And guns, yes.
And guns.
What else? Look at the size of that pack. Holy cow.
I know size matters, and this is a big one, I got to tell you.
Where are you coming in at weight-wise?
Right at 72 pounds.
72 pounds.
For 8 days, so you got to remember that's 8 days.
It is 8 days. So what's the bulk of the size and the weight?
Huh?
What's the bulk of the size?
Whiskey, I told you. I got a lot of whiskey, I got a lot of guns. Oh, and I got some fishing stuff,
Okay.
I got some purifiers, we have yada yada yada.
For the viewers at home who are planning a big trip, what's the biggest thing to consider as far as what you need to account for?
I think you need to account for just the weather situation. So we've got potential rain, potential hail. I've seen it snow in August, so we've got to cover different layers of warmth,
Okay,
water protection, water filtration,
cool.
fire.
Are we going to live off the land, or are we...
A little bit of both. I never like to plan for catching fish because I've had trips where we did get skunked. But we have enough food, I think, that we will do fine. And if we catch fish, we can supplement.
Sweet. So we're going to be eating well then, I assume.
I think so.
So that's the plan. So the big thing is, like, with an 8-day trip, it's a lot of food. And this is not a survival trip. This is a backpack trip. I'm going to try to do more of that kind of stuff. But this is still surviving the wild, and we'll have some tips and tricks along the way. This is my pack I'm taking. This is a 65 plus 10 liter pack. And when I weighed it before I picked up stuff from my dad, because he had a bunch of the food and stuff, I was at 40 pounds. And then with all the extra stuff, we'll wait here in a bit and let you guys know, but I'm probably close to about 55, which is heavy for me. I carried a 60-pound pack once as a kid, maybe 2 times. I swore never again, so I'm getting up there, but it's for 8 days as opposed to 4 days, so I'm definitely doing well with going ultralight. So we will check back with you guys later, and this is going to be just a fun trip. And we'll have more antics and stories and goofing off, and it's going to be good. Alright guys, so the verdict is in. My pack total with everything, 51.6 pounds. My dad brought a little scale with him, which I don't know where it's at right now. Somewhere over here. But anyway, we weighed the packs. He's at 69, I'm at 51.6. So for 8 days, that's pretty good. And we're sharing a lot of stuff, some communal gear, food, on our own for some meals. But yeah, I think it's going to be a good trip. This will be a lot of fun. So what do you think you'll be at coming out?
55.
So he'll be 55, and I'm probably going to be about 35, maybe closer to 30. It depends on how heavy the food was that I packed before I got the extra food from Dad. So anyway, next time we check in with you guys, we will be headed to the trail or just getting on the trail. We're doing Chief Joseph Trailhead here near Cook City, Montana. Beautiful today.
It's gorgeous.
So we're on the trail. It is, we got on the trail about 8:30, roughly. So we've been at this now for about 12 minutes, roughly. Great day, great weather.
I'm looking for a taxi.
For an old guy with the 70-pound pack, he's doing well. We're armed.
It's early yet.
Yeah.
It's early.
Let's see, so this begins our 8-day journey into the wilderness of Montana.
So pretty. So pretty.
Alright, let's go. Alright, we've been on the trail for an hour, and we're making pretty good progress. And we think it's going to level up out here into like a meadow or a marsh, so that's kind of cool. But let's show you the trail here. Pretty area that way. Pretty area that way. That's just pretty all the way around. Isn't that right, Dad?
It's very pretty.
Yes.
Very pretty. The rock. Walk to the rock. Walk to the sound of the rock.
You tell by this rock that I walk. So we're hiking along, and we come to this creek. What creek is this?
Russell Creek.
Russell Creek, and you're just getting all sorts of excited, aren't you?
Yeah, there's some nice fish in there. I'd say fish are about 14 inches.
Nice. And you wouldn't think, I mean, the creek doesn't look that big. You wouldn't think it'd hold fish that big, but it actually does.
Yeah, nice run. This guy's just kind of feeding out there. There's two. There's another one. Wow.
You guys probably can't see it on the GoPro, but it's impressive. It's cool. And they're just 15 feet from us here. All right, well, it is break time, and we got about a mile to go to get to our camp for tonight. We've been looking at GPS, figured out with maps and things where we want to go and what our plan of attack is. Papa Fish over here has taken the liberty of labeling each lake in the area, because there's a whole bunch of lakes we're going to hit, with what kind of fish are in them, so he can plan accordingly. If we say, oh, we're going to go to this lake today, he's going to take the tackle to go after that kind of fish. So,
That's all good.
is that right?
That's all good, yeah.
Or are you just going to bring everything with you regardless?
Oh, everything.
He has a lot of fishing gear.
That way you don't have to think too hard at it.
We'll show you guys later the fishing gear comparison. It's fun, but this is what my dad lives for, is the fishing, and I can't fault him for that. This gets him up in the morning. If he could fish every day for the rest of his life, he would.
Happy guy.
But check out this view, guys. Isn't this incredible? Just rock going straight up behind me. And then for a break right now, whoa, tripping on the trail there. The sort of rock slab, obviously it's so worn down. This is the break rock, and so you can just easily take your pack off. It looks like you got critters living under there, so that's kind of cool. And it's just a beautiful, beautiful spot. I can't get over it. It's how beautiful this is. It's just been epic. And this, friends, is why I love to explore. And in this case, the Beartooth Wilderness of Montana. Check this out. Cue epic music. And that's what I get on video. Check it out, guys. Found my favorite food when I'm out and about in the wilderness. The glorious, wonderful huckleberry. And they're in perfect season right now. They're absolutely delicious. I love them. Can't get enough of them. Guys, this is just too epic. It's like a natural water slide. And there's a pool here that Dad thinks might have some fish in it. You see any? This is just, it's so cool. And the lake we're headed to, we think is right up there. What are you doing? Filming. All right, dudes and dudettes. It's 1 o'clock in the afternoon, mountain time. We made it to the lake. So now we are, I'll flip you guys around, hiking around the lake to get to where we think are some pretty good camp spots on the other side. We hope. Otherwise, it's a lot of walking for nothing. But we're both beat.
Yeah.
We're going to sleep extremely well tonight.
Yeah.
And I'm looking forward to dinner.
Yeah.
In case you didn't believe me about the lake, you thought I was pulling your leg. Ha! There it is. There's the lake. So we got campsite number 1 up here, or we might continue on in search of better pastures. I don't know, but this is not too shabby. Not too shabby at all. I think we can explore a little bit. All right, well, we have found a camp, and we're in the middle of just kind of getting set up. Dad's over there getting some water ready to go. And we'll give you guys a tour later once it's all set up, but just wanted to show you the stuff that we got. Dad's got a big pile right there. Mine's just a little bit more spread out. That's 70 pounds of stuff. This is 50 pounds of stuff. So big difference. And like we said, most of his weight is in the fishing gear, but still pretty cool. So we're gonna get going, setting stuff up, and we'll give you guys the tour later. All right, well, we're nearing the end of day 1 out here. It was a beautiful day hiking in. Now the wind is picking up, it's getting cloudy, and so there might be a storm coming. I don't know. What do you think, Dad?
I think it's high probability something's going to happen.
Something's gonna happen. We don't know what, but something's gonna happen.
Something's going to happen, and we're going to be ready for it, though, because that's the way we roll.
That's right. So, how was fishing today? Was it successful?
It was.
It was, yeah.
It was. A lot of brook trout, good size. We kept a couple to eat.
Yep.
So I got no complaints with that.
Cool. Yeah, we each caught probably 4 or 5 fish. Give you guys a rest tour. So this is our main camp area. This is cooking and that kind of stuff. Fire, which I made. Thank you. I do like fires. I didn't bring you guys along for the ride. You've seen me enough in season 1 make fires. So unless it's an integral part of what I'm doing right now, yeah, not gonna worry too much about it. Over here, got like more little cooking areas and stuff. And then my dad had me bring this. This is a tarp of his, and this is good. So if it does rain, you've got a spot where you can stay dry. And this almost didn't make it, but fortunately I had enough room in my pack for it. We were able to bring it, and I'm feeling pretty thankful for that right now. Let's see, what do we got going on over here? Camp tour. My dad likes to put up a clothesline, so we got a clothesline here to dry stuff. And then over here, hopefully you guys can hear me with the wind. This is our water purification station. I told him it looks like a big IV setup with the fluids draining down into the catheter bladder down there. And cool stuff. And then over here is the tent. Very cool. And then we've got a bear pole, or not bear pole, but like a bear bags up in the trees over that direction yonder. So pretty cool, but I gotta pay attention to the fire, make sure it's doing well. We're gonna let it go down to coals for cooking some fish. And we got some freeze-dried, dehydrated foods as well, and it's gonna be a good night, and hopefully we can stay dry and warm. Rise and shine, everybody. It's day 2 at the temple camp, and Dad and I slept very, very well last night, didn't we?
We did.
Yes, we both concurred that we needed it. So, but it's good. So what we got for breakfast this morning? What's going on?
We got some oatmeal. Just had some fruit. Had a fruit bar. Get a granola bar, and then trail mix to go in the oatmeal and coffee.
Cool.
Yeah.
And I've got over here breakfast burritos. So I need to add hot water to the mix, and then scrambled up with this egg Mexican seasoning mixture and put it on the tortillas. It should be good. So what's our plan for today?
I think we're going to go take a look at the river. It'll be easier on our legs and help us acclimate for altitude.
River being the one that we passed yesterday?
Yeah, and go down and fish it. We saw some fish in it on the way up. Some nice fish.
Cool.
So I think we'll go play with that and then come back and
That'll be fun.
reattack and see what we want to do.
Alright, breakfast time.
Breakfast time.
Alright, so it's about noon o'clock right now. We've been fishing for about an hour, 2 hours?
An hour and a half.
Hour and a half, that works. And it's just ridiculous how easy it is to catch fish out here. I'm using a bubble with a fly on a spinning rod. Dad's got a full-on fly fishing outfit. And there's not much skill involved out here, is there?
No. They're hungry.
They're very hungry. And monster fish in some of these small pools we were looking at, like compared to the lake. All the big ones seem to be down here, so that's been kind of cool. When we're hiking, the trail we actually came in on yesterday to get to some other pools that we saw on the way that I showed you guys. Now we're gonna try to fish them and see what kind of damage we can do. So for those of you that are doubting our fishing ability and how the fish are here, you can see I've got one on right now. Woo! It's a beautiful brook trout. He doesn't like being hooked right now, so I'm going to go ahead and release him, but maybe we can try to get this on video here. So get your hand wet first so you don't get rid of the slime off of them. Yeah, hang on, buddy. I'm gonna let you go. I'm gonna let you go. Come back here. So it's the hard part. And then you don't want to get hooked yourself either. So the way you try to revive a fish is hold it here in the water and let the water flow over his gills. His mouth is moving, he is breathing, that's good. But we'll see if he actually tries to swim off or not. Right now he's just sitting there in my hand. So we may have to eat this one. Actually, he just took off. He's gonna be just fine. So that's how fishing works out here. And when we get ready for dinner, we'll actually keep some. That was a good sized fish to keep from this little stream where we're at right now. But that was pretty cool. Sorry it took so long. He'd swallowed the hook deep. So I had to use the hemostats here, woo, to dig down and get him out. I feel bad for the guy, but at least he's gonna go free now, so that's good. What are you doing over here?
Well, I got 3 little ones out of here, and then when they make a little fuss, then the big guy comes out and chases them.
Oh, that is nice for a brook trout in here. Wow.
Yeah, isn't that pretty? Let me get a nice picture of here. I mean, talking about an 11-inch fish, but still pretty. Fly up on top of it. Come on. Can't get your longevity, buddy.
He's gonna knock himself out. So this should be a much faster release than what I did earlier. We hope. Have Dad show us how it's done here. Fly in the lip.
Fly in the lip, just corner of the jaw. Look, it just pops right out.
Love it. So we're headed down to a lake called Fox Lake, and just look at this. I love this kind of scenery. We're bebopping down the rocks, but we may get stuck right here and have to climb a little bit. We'll see if we can cross and make it on the other side. It's a lot of fun. It's a big adventure.
Yeah.
What do you think, old man?
I like it.
He likes
The
it.
lake's gonna be right over there.
Yeah, the lake is just down over there. So we gotta figure out what to do now. And for those of you guys wondering what shoes I'm rocking, boom, Vibram 5 fingers, baby. And then back up through the trees. So it's the end of day 2, and this is very interesting. We've met some new people.
Yeah. First trippers.
First trippers. And Dad, what's going on right now?
It's raining, it's hailing, but the sun's out, so I think we're gonna have some nice weather.
All right, I like that.
Nice weather. We're under our awning, our little,
Yeah.
4x8
Yes.
sheet of.
And that
silk
almost
cloth.
didn't make it this trip. If I hadn't found space for it, we would not have this right now. Dad says, if you want it, it's on you. So we made it work.
Good call.
Right?
Yep.
How did we meet you?
Well, we were struggling to set our tent up. We didn't know where to camp. We were like dying.
Yeah.
And then didn't know how to set the stove up.
Yeah. What do the people down there say when you like camp on them? Do they like hello?
Those guys, they wanted us to sit over
Are
there.
they?
Yeah.
Okay.
But I'm like, I don't know. It's a little, you just gotta be careful, I think.
Yeah, it's a little close.
So I was thankful that you guys let us stay over here.
So you go backpacking, you make new friends. That's how it works.
Yeah.
All right, guys. So we're up at this lake called E02 Lake, and the fishing is just as good as before, except we were expecting to find cutthroats, but instead we have more brookies. Come in for your close-up, Mr. Fish. There you are. Beautiful colors. And this guy's pretty large for a brook trout. And again, I'm still using the fly with the little torpedo float, and that's working out quite well. So let me go and release this dude. You guys can see just the beautiful coloring on them. Gorgeous fish. This is the part of the journey that sucks. That's E02 Lake down there where we were fishing. Now we're climbing up a ridge over into another one. And we're at what, probably 94 right now?
Yeah.
9,400 feet, the air is thin. Every step you're like, but it'll be worth it hopefully in the long run. We'll see. We need some big fish to make it worth our while. Hopefully that's what's right over this ridge here.
Is it better if we just threw out the brain? What do you mean? Since it doesn't have like a seamless.
Off we go. hiking up a mountain with a fishing pole in hopes of getting good fish. All right, friends at home, now that is a decent cutthroat trout. Check out the size of this dude. He's huge. It's gotta be 14 inches. Awesome, caught it on a MEP spinner. All right, guys, end of day 3 at Camp Temple. And how would you describe today?
Awesome.
Awesome.
We caught some fish.
We caught
We
lots
had a
of
great
fish.
time.
Big fish, right?
Big fish, actually.
Yeah, we didn't catch the little fish, we caught big fish. Pretty cool. But yeah, we're just kind of winding down for the night. Campground's much more mellow than it was last night, which is super cool. What is our kind of thorn in the side right now?
Well, the trail that we wanted to go on is not there.
What do you mean it's not there?
It
It's on the map, right? It has to be there.
doesn't exist.
But it's on the
I
map.
think it got washed out. So it's up over the mountain, probably unsafe. It's not there. So we got to figure out another plan.
So we were planning to take a trail up over the mountain ridge yonder there, and it shows it on the map, but we could not find the stinking trail today. We looked.
No, it wasn't there.
It wasn't there.
It wasn't there.
That's the second trail that's not there.
It's not there.
Yeah. Yeah. So,
I'm helping.
yes, you are. So we got to figure out, we made a new game plan for tomorrow, and it should work out quite nicely. Like I said, campground's more chill. Girls got off okay today. That's good. And yeah, I think we're going to start a fire here soon and probably mellow out for the night. So, good times. All right, guys, end of the night. I think we've got another plan for
Your
tomorrow.
balls stink.
My feet stink, thank
Those
you.
Your balls.
My feet.
You had butt balls.
I was wearing my Vibram 5 fingers all day, so I've got the 5-finger stench. Look it
Oh,
up. It's a
God.
legitimate thing online.
Feels like shit.
And I knew as soon as I took my shoes off that Dad's gonna be like, "Oh, dude, what's that smell?"
Yeah,
But-
exactly. What the
El
fuck is
Director.
that smell?
Yeah. Anyway,
Oh, can we say that on YouTube?
good night, everybody. All right, just kind of doing a once over here around camp. We're leaving Russell Lake and heading up to a different lake that I can't remember the name of right now, but it's way up the mountains over there. So that's pretty cool. So right now we just want to make sure we didn't leave anything behind. Rope, carabiners, cooking utensils, or anything like that. And as I'm looking at camp, it looks pretty good. I've got my pack packed. Let's see how Dad is doing packing up his. You got a lot of stuff. And all of that fits into that pack. It's incredible. It's a miracle. Some people don't believe in miracles. Fitting all that into that pack, that is a miracle. Alright guys, so after 2 hours of hiking, we've made it to the new lake. As you can see, we are now in alpine territory. Definitely not as much wood down here. We're out of the forest, but it's a beautiful, beautiful spot. Now we gotta find a spot where we can camp out here and hopefully have some firewood nearby. But there's not a lot of it.
Here looks pretty. It's a long way around the fucking lake. But right there,
Yeah,
those trees. I mentioned there's a point out there.
there might be.
And I was looking. It's going to be another mile.
It's a big lake. But we're protected from the wind here.
Yeah.
Whereas down at the other one, we weren't. Alright guys, welcome to our new campsite. Well, our new lake. Our camp's actually up there. We'll give you a tour in a bit. But we've been hiking all morning. We're hot, we're sweaty. We haven't bathed in days. And so I think it's time to get a little hygiene going. So I got some soap. This is natural organic soap, so it's not going to hurt the water for those of you environmentalists out there. And I'm going to use this to give myself a good scrub, as well as the clothes I'm wearing. I actually haven't washed these pants since I've been out here. So, time to strip, I guess. This water, I have a feeling, is so cold. But you guys have seen me do it before. By golly, we're going to do it again. Oh, son of a monkey. This is going to suck. Oh, gosh. That's freezing. Oh, God. my nose too. Okay, but now that we're in the water, we can take care of business and do it very quickly. Guys, this freaking sucks. Soap up under the arms. Oh yeah. La 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 la. Oh man. Face and everything too. Get the hair. Haven't washed my hair in days. Some people would say, well, it's no different than what you do at home. No, I do wash my hair every other day at home. Woo! Oh, frost testicular. Woo! Now for the clothes. The most important pieces right now are the socks and the shirt. What I like to do, work up the lather, go into, like that, see, and then we rinse it. Simple as that. And the good news is that the sun is out. There's plenty of this granite rock around to dry the clothes out. So you got your bath.
Got my bath.
All cleaned up. So what are you doing now? What's for lunch?
We're going to do a little bit of baked cutthroat.
Nice. That's a good size one too. How many inches?
12.
Sweet. Be good eats.
A little panko, a little bit of spice, seasonal, a little EVO.
Cool.
Extra virgin olive oil.
All right, guys. I don't have long. I got exactly 1 minute until the fish is done. So I'll give you the quick tour of camp. Over here we have the campfire. Over here we have the kitchen cooking station.
Hola.
Hola. That's Chef Boyer Kurt.
Hola.
Got his clothesline going there, and then we've got our tent over there. And the lake surrounds us completely on 3 sides, which is just spectacular. And we don't think we're going to be disturbed by anyone out here. There's a trail way over yonder there, but I don't think anyone would see us from there. So this is truly remote, and it's awesome. Well, no sooner did we get the fish cooked up over here on the fire. You can see he's here ready to eat, but we haven't been able to go to it yet because there is what looks like a thunderstorm making its way to us. So it's going to come right overhead, we think. We're trying to like button down the hatches and get things that need to stay dry into the tent. And this should make for a very interesting next few hours. We'll see what happens here. Please stand by, I'll keep you posted. The fish was absolutely delicious. It's kind of just what our bodies needed after the grueling hike. And yes, for those of you that are wondering, I am still predominantly vegan. I still won't eat red meat. Can't do it. The smell reminds me of my dog too much. But I have no problem with fish, especially when you catch them from a beautiful, pristine lake such as this. And I know that from lake to plate is less than 20 minutes. That's pretty good fish. So I have no problem with that. It was very tasty. Our bodies needed the fats and the proteins after the hike up to here. We're still wondering if it's going to downpour on us or if it's going to pass over. And then right now I'm looking for a pooping station. I know that may sound a little bit not so polite and YouTube appropriate, but it's true. It's one of the facts of the great outdoors is you gotta learn how to poop in the woods, and eventually I'll show you guys how that all works, but not right now. Right now I actually just gotta find a good spot where we can do it. And ideally you want to be away from camp. You want to be 100 feet from the water. So that's kind of what I'm looking for right now. Hi.
Hi.
What happened with the weather?
It got sunny, then it got rainy, then it got sunny, then it got windy, then it got sunny.
Then
it got
rainy again, yeah. And now it's beautiful out.
Yeah, it's almost sunset.
The lake is flat calm. Not even the fish are stirring right now. Pretty crazy. Now you brought up something about with our fire situation here, and what was that?
Well, putting it up against a rock, you get a lot of that radiant heat coming back from it.
Yeah.
And so you get some warmth, and you can feel it over here. It's kind of throwing it back at
So
us.
how would that be useful?
Survival.
Survival, that's
Yeah.
right.
Sleep close to it and get that warmth coming in at you.
Probably be
cake.
pretty warm, I would imagine,
Yeah.
So we're just winding down now for day 4. We figured out the name of the lake is Fulcrum Lake.
Mhm.
That's right, yeah, Fulcrum Lake. And what's our plan tomorrow?
I think we're gonna walk up to Fossil.
Fossil Lake.
We'll take the trail, save our legs.
Why Fossil Lake?
We want to see where everybody's camped. It's supposed to be like Disneyland.
Every time we cross people on the trail, we're like, hey, where you come from? Oh, we came from Fossil. Or, hey, where you going? Oh, we're going up to Fossil. Or Denny or Dewey's the other one.
Yeah.
But yeah, so we want to go find out what this is all about. It should be like Backpackers Disneyland up there,
Yeah.
we're hoping.
You know, probably have a turnstile, a guy at the gate, you know,
Yep.
greetings campers, and yeah.
This way to the Matterhorn, this way to the Main Street Electrical Parade.
That'll
And
be good.
yeah, it'll be
so.
cool. Alright guys, morning number 5 out here. First morning at our new campsite, and the wind is still going like crazy. It's insane right now. We heard it coming in and out through the night. It actually calmed down for a little bit last night. Had clear skies, was able to have a nice, fire going and stuff like that. But it's getting windy again, and the fish are not jumping anymore. They seem to not like the wind very much, so we're not sure what's up with that. But today we're gonna head up over the mountain there to Fossil Lake. Actually, we'll probably hike around the trail to do it. But Fossil Lake is the lake that everyone seems to go to, so we want to just check it out and see what all the fuss is about. But beautiful location here, again, in case you can't tell. Just stunning and spectacular. So we're on this little peninsula, and we've got water on that side, and it comes around and goes around over there. So it's almost like being on a little private island. And then the trail is... I thought I saw people on the trail. Trail's that direction over there. So, yeah, kind of cool. That's where we're at right now. We're going to have some breakfast. I've just had my breakfast smoothie. And then I think I'm doing some more, my last batch of breakfast burritos. So that'll be pretty good. Alright, since we've been on our own for breakfast and lunch, I want to show you guys kind of what I've been doing. And basically I created my own freeze-dried breakfast meals. And also the same thing for lunch, too. And so this is going to be burritos. It makes 2 servings. Each serving has 495 calories. So I'm getting about 1,000 calories just from breakfast, which is awesome. You really need that out here. But it's, and I wrote the directions here on the side. So inside this package, we have, this is the egg/taco seasoning mix. And then in here is dehydrated veggies. And this was actually one bag of stir fry that I ran through my dehydrator. Sucks all the moisture out. As you can see, it's super small now. And so I have to add cold water to this, hot water to this, and then once everything gets a chance to mingle and do its thing, then we fry it up in my pan and mix it all together, and I serve it with a little bit of cheese. I have a block of cheese and a tortilla. This is my last tortilla, and then I just eat the rest of it from the can, so that works out pretty well. I also have homemade fruit leather. This is made from applesauce, sprinkled with a little bit of cinnamon, so that's kind of cool. And then this has been my favorite part of the morning. This is my groovy smoothies, what they call it. And this is Tang, powdered milk, and instant vanilla pudding all mixed together. And it's absolutely delicious, and it gives me 133 calories right off the bat, plus some sugars to help get me going in the mornings and stuff. And actually, I forgot it the first night, so I've got extra, and I think I'm going to make another glass of this right now because it's that delicious and that good. So actually, here, we'll just show you guys how this works. Let's see, right there. It's 3 tablespoons, so you kind of just estimate it a little bit here, because I really don't have a tablespoon out here. Dump that in, and we'll do another one, and one more. So that's like roughly 3 tablespoons sealed up. Then I've got my measuring cup. It looks like something you would pee into at the doctor's office, but this is for measuring my liquids out, and it needs 1 cup of water. So that's 1 cup. Add it to the mix. Cap the water bottle so you don't lose it. And then all you gotta do is just stir this up and enjoy. And I'll bring you over here, you can see. That turns this really nice orange color, and the vanilla pudding gives it a little bit of thickness to it too once this is all mixed up, and really turns out nice. Oops. Alright, so now for the main event. The boiling water to the veggies, they're getting rehydrated. Then I'm going to mix up the egg and taco mix. Let's see here. So I'll do first a cup of water for this. Cold water this time. Put that in my little pot. Woo! You guys feel that Then grab the powdered egg mix and just dump this into the pot. Okay. Give it a stir. And then all I gotta do now is when the veggies are reconstituted, cook this over the stove, mix it all together. We'll be ready to eat.
I heard you say you're going to use the stove.
Yeah.
This is my stove. Where do you think you're going to use the stove from?
You made me carry half the canister, so I get to use the stove.
You're young, you're strong, you're not bright. I mean, that's...
We're all so far ahead. Think about the weight
I
you'll
could get
save
a
on the way
pack mule
out.
that would have the same amount of burden and carrying capability.
Think about the weight you're going to save because we're burning up all this propane. It's great.
Look at the dinosaurs you're killing. I mean, look at the molecules, the atmosphere.
Can't see them.
Gluten-free.
Can't see them.
I'm going to get a goat, maybe a llama.
You go get a goat.
Complain less than you do, dude. That's for damn sure.
And this is what the breakfast tortillas, burritos look like while they're cooking.
Looks the same as it's going to come out, doesn't it?
Pretty much.
I saw that look about 20 minutes ago.
I bet you did.
I don't see there's any...
I don't think it looked as pretty as this though.
No, same color, same look.
Same
Smells
texture?
nice.
Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, the smell, this does smell really good.
It does.
What is up with this tree, Dad? Are you like pretending it's Christmas out here or something, or what?
This is the kitchen. So we've got our water filtration system. We've got our stove. We've got our cookware. Everything is in red because I use everything in red. And we've got different bags that hold different things.
It looks like a Christmas tree.
It does, but by design it's in the tree, so if it rains, it's got a much better chance of being dry versus wet.
Okay, makes sense.
The tree limbs will help protect it a little bit, help them break the wind, but
Cool.
yep.
So this has become the unofficial kitchen around here.
Pretty much. Pretty much.
We were looking at using that that rock out there, but too much wind.
Yeah, we get a little bit of wind break here.
So we had to kind of build a little shelf down here for the stove and try to keep it out of the wind.
Draw your attention to some of the necessities of camp life. A little bit of a drying rack, which is what that is, scouring pad, camp suds, which are soap, and then hand sanitizer.
Always important.
Always important. Always keep it out near the kitchen so everybody can use it.
Cool.
Cool. Yeah, so we're all good.
So after a few days on the trail, my tortillas have been torn to shreds. So rather than making an actual burrito, just rip it up and throw it in the pot. I have no idea what he's doing. I'm gonna have to edit that out. Keep it appropriate, Dad.
You want to leave that shit in, that's funny.
Rip them up. Yeah, I got young viewers sometimes too, though.
Is that?
I have young viewers sometimes too.
Well, don't leave the potty words.
Yeah.
I would say.
El Director is my favorite child.
Thanks.
I'm just saying.
And then mix it up. Delicious.
Good.
Yeah, what are you having?
Cinnamon, apple oats, and whatever the heck that is.
Quinoa.
Quinoa. What is that?
It's an expensive breakfast.
It's an expensive breakfast. It tastes a lot like this cheap shit I eat.
Okay. Moments you'll remember with your dad or something. Aw, thank you. Alright, we're done with breakfast and now it's time to get ready for the day. We're gonna be going on a hike over to the other lake. So, this is the point where I'll go through my day pack and figure out what I need for the day's adventures. This pack, by the way, I got for $5 at Walmart, and the thing rolls up into like this big. It's awesome. I used this in episode 1 of this season as well. This was my only pack that I took with me. So the essentials for today are going to be a spot in case something bad happens and we need an expensive ride out of here. Let's see. I'm going to take the tarp just in case like we really get dumped on. We can set this up and be able to stay dry. I carry a bandana. I don't need this. Don't need that. I've got my emergency fire tin. This has got char cloth, cotton balls, and goat spirit in it. So that's good to take. I also have my cotton balls and Vaseline for fire as well. We'll have a first aid kit. And in case Dad and I get separated, we take walkie-talkies too. And then I'll have this compass around my neck. Now, on top of what I already have in here, I'm going to bring some lunch. So I've got some trail mix and granola bars. Those will go into the bag. And then I'll bring some of my fruit leather and a bottle of water. I've got fishing gear over there that'll be in my pocket, and of course carrying the rod in my hand. And we're all set. So let's have some fun.
I wish I knew what was behind it though.
What do you think?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't even know if they can hear us on here with all the wind blowing across the mic.
My gut feeling is probably not too sure
I think it's gonna get worse. So this is what we're up against right now. You can't even see the trail over there anymore. It's like, in fact, you can almost not even see. Look at it. You can't see to the edge of the lake now. It's gone. You can get lost out here real quick in a situation like this. Alright, well, hopefully you guys can hear me okay. I've got the waterproof case on just due to the weather. We're at Fossil Lake right now. This lake is so big and so overcast that we can't see the other side. You can see this little peninsula, but then there's more lake over there and you can't even see through all the haze. It's absolutely crazy right now. But our plan is, we're going to come up here to where the trail meets the lake, and then we're going to fish the perimeter of the lake back to where it meets up with the trail again, and then probably hike back to camp at that point. But we fished initially as we came in and did pretty well. There's some very large fish out here, so that's pretty cool. Fishing for me is very calming and almost zen-like, a lot like archery. The repetitive motions of casting and reeling really helps clear the mind. There you go, boys and girls, cutthroat trout. Wally the whale. If we're getting close, we'll get a nice look at it too. That kind of stuff always. Beautiful. The color. The size. Awesome. Some slits, yellow stuff. Oops. Wrong way. Alright, well, to all you viewers at home watching this, last night was pretty crazy. We had a massive thunderstorm come through. Rain, lightning, thunder, hellacious winds. It's just been crazy. And it's now almost 8 o'clock in the morning, and I gotta use the restroom, and it's still really windy outside. But we're gonna go and brave this and see how this goes. I thought I'd bring you guys along for the journey with me. So I'm gonna close up the tent here. And then we open the rain fly. Woo. Wow, it's crazy. The sun's wanting to come out though, you can see from over there. So that's good. But these winds, man, I tell ya, I gotta go find a secluded spot here where I'm gonna be out of the wind to do my business. This should be fun. Oh man, the kitchen's kind of a mess too. Stuff has been thrown everywhere. At least my pot is still here, that's good. There's no sign of my, oh, there's my bowl over here. Put that back up. The thermometer's still here, that's good. I was worried about that. 35 degrees. Got cold. Here's my water. It's iced over on the outside. No sign of my spoon anywhere. I'll have to go look for that later. Oh, there it is right there. Good. Everything is in its place. I like that. Now, I know some of you at home are thinking that maybe I'm exaggerating about the wind right now. But I'm walking headfirst into it at the moment just to get a shot of the camp for this video. And this is absolutely insane. With the wind chill, it's super cold, and my hands are freezing. But I just want to show you guys and what I'm doing to make this video look cool, just to get one or two shots. I gotta walk around the whole edge of the lake over to that side there, just to get a shot of our camp. Get back up that way. So it is what it is. This is, after all, surviving the wild.
It might not look that cold, but believe me, it is. If you look behind me up at the clouds, you can see just how fast those winds are actually moving. This trip, and this day especially, has probably been the most difficult filming situation I've found while producing Surviving the Wild. What's going on?
We're just chilling and getting warm.
Literally chilling. Is it cold?
Yeah, it's about 40 degrees right now.
Good grief.
Still spitting ice crystals. I'm on my second cup of coffee. Got my back to the sun because it's black. My jacket is going to warm me up, and we're hoping it clears out.
That'd be nice.
Although at least the wind lays down.
Yeah. So there you go. If you guys thought I was lying to you earlier about how cold it was, there you go. 40 degrees. It was actually 35 this morning when I was circling the lake with you. So that's that. All right, guys. Well, I do apologize offhand for using this GoPro an awfully lot this trip, but it's just been so much easier with all the carrying fishing rods, and it's been cold. So you're trying to keep your hands warm at the same time too, and just using my main camera just wasn't really feasible. So I've been using the GoPro a lot because it's easy to just throw it in the pocket, pull it out, shoot some stuff, put it back away again. And I've got the GoPro again now because, bam, I'm gonna climb up this. If my readings of the GPS and topo maps are correct, then just over that ledge should be the lake that we were at yesterday. And so I want to see if I can scamper up these boulders here, take a look over the edge and see what I can see. And this should be pretty fun. Now, oh, I know some of you guys at home are thinking, why is he climbing up the boulders? Wouldn't it be safer to just walk up the mountainside? Thing is, so I'm at 10,000 feet right now. Walking up the boulders allows me to save energy, believe it or not, because it acts as a form of stairs. Rather than me having to try to propel myself up the mountain, I can take advantage of the boulders. It works out pretty well.
Okay, I'm nearing the top of the boulder field now, and it looks like I need to head over to the left. It's probably gonna be my best way up to that ridge. Looking back, you can barely even see our lake anymore. So let's just go ahead and kind of scamper through some of this. Coming down, I find it's a lot more fun because it's almost like parkour at that point. Bouncing from boulder to boulder and literally letting your momentum carry you and finding your balance as you go. Not trying to stay too long in one spot, but just boom, keep the flow, keep the movement going. It works pretty well. But let's see here. I gotta climb up that now. That's pretty steep, so I'm gonna push you guys away and I'll bring you back when I get up there. Okay, so a trick for when you're free climbing is to try to always have 3 points of contact against the rocks. It allows for much more stability and maneuverability. It's a safety factor too. If I start going, crazy, like Tom Cruise and jumping with both hands at once, I'm liable to just slip and fall. But by always maintaining 3 points of contact, it allows you to be a lot safer. I definitely feel like I should have worn my 5 fingers on this excursion. I'm wearing my Merrells today because they were warmer this morning, even though I got them soaked walking around to get that shot of the camp. But my 5 fingers would be wonderful on this boulder field. I think we're almost here. Let's check it out. So looking back, that's where I came. This is the ridge. And we should see Fossil Lake, which is where Dad and I were at yesterday. And there it is. That's so cool. Woohoo! That's awesome. So we walked an hour to get to it yesterday. We could have just scampered up and over, but we were trying to save our knees a little bit. But of course I did today anyway, go figure. This is cool. Alright, what are we going to illustrate here?
This is a taut line. So I've got a clothesline set up, but I want to make it tighter and I want to be able to adjust it based on weight and everything. So I'm going to take the tag in, go around once, go around twice, and I'm going to come back over here on the outside and come through the little hole that I made. Okay, tighten it all up, and what I've got now is the ability to slip this down the line and tighten it up, and it'll hold real well. And when I want to loosen it, I just slide it back.
It's like magic.
Like magic. Called taut line.
Alright, show one more time.
Okay. Okay, so we're going to go over it. Going to go once through it, second time through
This
it.
is on the inside.
On the inside, closest to the arch that you've built. And this next one, I'm going to go on the outside and come up through that.
Nice.
Okay, then I kind of tighten it up a little bit. So you have 3 ribs, and then you can just slide it. It'll hold.
Very cool.
It's great for tents, clotheslines, and then get ready to release it, just bring it back.
I like it.
So it's kind of like 2 half hitches with an overbite. That's really where it gets its name from, I guess. Taut line.
Well, it used to keep the line taut, right?
Yeah,
Alright, that works. Cool.
heck of a deal.
So you and I were just discussing just how crazy the weather and stuff is here. I mean,
Yeah,
it feels like fall, doesn't it?
it does. There's a bite in the air, and we started the trip with shirts, long sleeve, and that was it at night. Now we're in, I've got 4 layers on, you've got 5.
Something like that, yeah.
This is nuts.
It is nuts.
It's thermometer says it's what, mid-40s.
Yeah, 45 degrees right now in the shade.
The wind is still blowing, so it's probably closer to 40, and we'll probably get down to freezing tonight.
So what's our master plan tonight? We were talking about maybe doing a fire and then decided even that might be too cold. So what are we thinking now?
I think we're gonna bail into the tent and watch a movie.
Do you
because
Tough man.
because I have my smartphone with me, and my phone has got a bunch of movies on it. So we're gonna probably watch a Jason Bourne film.
Yeah.
And
Call it good. That's camping at its roughest.
that's right.
That's right. That's what the pioneers did.
Amen. That's what the pioneers wish they could do.
Oh yeah.
So what's for dinner tonight?
What is for dinner?
Pasta primavera. Ooh, yum. Our last big dehydrated meal of the trip.
Yeah.
And by this time tomorrow, what do we expect to be doing?
Having a steak or a burger, fries, and a beer. All those things. Not in that order either.
Right on.
Friday night is the movies.
So, why are we laughing? Because
We're watching a movie because it's cold outside.
so I've got my phone hanging from the net. Oh crap. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys go. I gotta go watch the movie.
Okay, bye.
Good morning.
Morning.
What are we doing?
We're breaking camp.
We're breaking camp. Is it time to go?
Yeah.
That sucks.
Had a great time.
It's always the hardest part. It's leaving. Beautiful morning though. Finally, no wind.
No wind. It's nice. Oh, it's been great.
Yeah. And we've had a lot of fun. Caught a lot of fish.
Now would be a great fishing day. We gotta leave.
Yeah, that's the way it goes. So time-wise, right now it is coming up on 7:40 right now, and our goal is to be on the trail by 9, which I think is definitely doable. We'll probably be on the trail before 9, I bet.
Yeah.
And we're guessing a 5 to 6 hour hike out of here, and then we'll be on our way to cold drinks and warm food again.
Yeah.
So fun times. But anyway, Dad's over there breaking down kitchen stuff. We still got to tear down the tent over there. And then I've got all my stuff out of the tent, and I'm in the middle of starting to actually reload the pack at this point. And right now all I've done is drop my sleeping bag in the bottom. And then all the other stuff has to go in on top. But should be good and should go pretty smooth. Something we hadn't talked too much about yet in regards to the backpacking and stuff is weight distribution in the pack. And typically you're going to want your sleeping bag on the bottom, and then you want to try to keep all your heavy stuff as centered as possible around your hips, because that's what's going to be carrying most of the weight, and so you want the weight there. If you put your heavy stuff up top, your pack's going to start to slosh around like this and get top heavy, and it just doesn't make for a real good experience. Now, going is a lot easier because you've got food and stuff like that takes up a lot of weight. Coming back, all the food's gone, so you almost have to reevaluate now your gear and say, okay, what's my heaviest items that I want to have near the center of gravity of the pack, right at the hip belt? So as I'm looking at my stuff, I got the sleeping bag already, that's good. I've got my cooking pot, that's probably fairly heavy. I've got a little bit of food left, not much, but a little bit, so that can go in. And then some propane canisters from Dad's stove, and these have got some weight to them. So I'll do that stuff first, then keeping that low and at the waistline, and then fill in the rest of it with clothing and other miscellaneous gear that I have that doesn't take up a whole lot of weight. So just something to consider when you guys are preparing to venture into the great outdoors. For those of you guys wondering about the day pack that I'll be using a lot this season, and that you've already seen now in the last episode and this one, this is it. This is a $5 backpack from Walmart. Super lightweight, there's nothing to it. It's literally just a sack with straps. And what's really cool about this is it folds in on itself. And then you have a drawstring. If I can get it all in here right. Pull it tight. And the thing rolls up into a little ball like this that takes up no space in my pack. It's easy to get to, and then it works out great just as having a lightweight day pack. So then, you know, you've got your big pack that you carry everything with you in. Then when you get to your destination, you want to branch out, hit some other lakes or rivers, you know, whatever. Then you've got your little collapsible day pack. And so I use this exclusively as the backpack in episode 1 of this season, and you'll probably be seeing a lot more of this. So I wanted to take a moment to share that with you guys. So I'll give you guys a little look here inside my pack. I've got cooking stuff down at the bottom. I hope you guys can see. I hope there's enough light in here. Cooking stuff's down at the bottom, followed by what little food I had, followed by, this is my, I
air pad that I sleep on. I put my shoes on either side of it, again because I'm trying to balance it laterally as well. Shorts down here, and then I've got room here for my other miscellaneous stuff. I'm probably still going to strap jackets and things to the outside of the pack right here, like when I came in. And I'm actually going to hike out in my 5 fingers today. My toes are super cold at the moment, but these are the most comfortable shoes that I have. And since the pack's not super heavy, I'm going to give it a go and see what happens. This could be either a really smart move or a really dumb move. I guess we'll find out in a bit. You just brought up a good point that we should showcase on here. What is that?
Oh, when you stuff a sleeping bag into a stuff sack, you start with the foot first, going into the stuff sack, and that way as you're compressing your bag into the stuff sack, the air that's in your sleeping bag will be forced out through the opening of the sleeping bag.
That's a very good point. And I've always done it foot first because it was easier, but I never thought about why it's easier. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, so you just do that and get it in there, and then you can see here's the top of the bag, and it's ventilating all the air out. Because like my bag is waterproof, so it means it's also very resilient to keeping air tight.
Right.
And that's why I call it a stuff sack too. A lot of people think you're supposed to roll it, but on these camping bags, backpacking bags, you stuff them in. That's why they call them stuff sacks.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense.
Thank you.
Yeah, very cool. So when you guys are breaking down camp, you've got everything packed up like I've got here. One of the most important and critical things you need to do is kind of a once over your camp and make sure that you really do have everything. You don't want to leave anything behind, because that could really suck. So I'm coming over here to our kitchen area where we did a lot of our cooking and stuff. It's like, okay, I don't see anything here. Our Christmas tree has been de-decorated. I don't see anything else in there. Where we were standing, no, nothing here. That's good. I'll come back up to where I was packing. Make sure I haven't lost anything here. That all looks good. Oh, right there, see that? I got a match. Don't want to leave that behind. Not that it's a big deal, but still, if you're going to try to, minimize your impact, you should take that with me. That's why we search. And then when Dad gets done packing, we'll do a once over there, because that's where the tent was and everything. And then I think we'll be ready to head out. You ready to head out?
I am ready to make like a baby.
Alright, you should feel a little bit lighter.
A little bit.
Yeah.
I feel like I got room for a small man and a baby in there.
You still look like a freaking turtle, but...
Hey, 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 hey! Put all this shit though. This spot right there. Here, hook that up right
You
there.
get too much stuff.
Alright, I think we are...
Gun, boots, hat. Think you're good?
Joel,
I think I'm good. We've done a once over around camp.
looked at everything.
Camp looks good.
Make sure
Beautiful weather today for the hike out.
Yeah, yeah.
So our goal, I think, is going to be 5 hours. My goal is 5 hours.
If we get there before me.
Well, we'll see.